I'm going to read a few short sections. This next one is when Jay is an adolescent, and she's just about